All right. We're live. We are live. Okay. So funny. I start my lives on like, we're live. Wee. But I'm super juiced that I showed up. So that initial gleeful moment is, I made it. Yay. I made it here. It's so funny because yesterday I was well, I'm done saying supposed to. So I'm done saying what I was supposed to do. So it's not that I was supposed to be here yesterday. Yesterday I did not come live because I enjoyed my day. I enjoyed my day so thoroughly. Oh my gosh, yesterday was phenomenal. Yesterday, for those who do not know, was Juneteenth, the day that the Emancipation Proclamation was signed, the slaves were freed, all the good jazz. And some people in the past, for me, celebrating Juneteenth was I don't know, am I really celebrating anything? Because for a lot of people that know our history, they know that in the South, the slaves in the South didn't even know they were free. So they were still heeing and hawing as slaves while they were technically free according to the government. And, take it a step further, some of us are still not free in our minds. So it used to be a hard holiday for me to celebrate, but the more that I'm getting into it, the more that I understand my true freedom. So I've absolutely had a ball yesterday. I did things that made me feel free. I went to Black owned businesses. I participated in, enjoying their restaurants, their drinks. Oh my goodness. Some of these restaurants were so amazing. And one in particular, shout out to Willow and Pines in Oakland, California. That restaurant was absolutely phenomenal. The reason I enjoyed Willow and Pines so much is, yes, it was some delicious soul food, but furthermore, taking a step beyond that, we were able to see the grandmother that the restaurant was based upon. And so here I am in this restaurant, and this grandmother walks up, the daughter comes out and is hugging her, and the grandson came out and is hugging her. It was a family affair. The whole family was working in that restaurant, and it hit all my heartstrings. It just was the epitome of we are free. And so I absolutely enjoyed my day yesterday and did not come here live. But today we are going to be particularly talking about NLP. So if you haven't been here before, welcome to the Love Turn Up. This is the learning of vibrational elevation, L.O.V.E, and we turn it up in here. We are turning up our vibration so we can get to the next level of everything that we deserve. And you notice I say we because I am always going to remind you, you are not alone. You are not doing this alone. You are here. We are doing this together, because it's easy to listen to the gurus. And sometimes when we're listening to somebody who's so far off, like they are just uber successful, and you're just like, whoa, I want that kind of success. That sounds so phenomenal. You also are realizing in that moment how far off you are from said success. And so sometimes when we hang out in that in between space, it doesn't feel so good. So when we do it together, it is allowing us to know that you are not alone. There is somebody here working it and doing it with you. And the fun part about it is you are capable. You are able. Everything that you truly desire will be yours. So let's talk about NLP, because to me, for those who don't know, I am an NLP practitioner. I will be giving you this information from my certified program that I went through. And it's funny because why do I have the book here next to me? No, I don't like to be right, but I know I don't like to be wrong, but I like to be right more. Okay. I like to make sure that the information that I'm giving to you is on point. I'm not missing anything. I don't want you to be misinformed. I want you to be very aware. Bob Proctor talks about it like this in Change Your Paradigm, Change Your Life. He talks about the fact that when you gain understanding, to how your brain operates with your body, how your brain operates with the universe, how you are a magical being and you are constantly creating, constantly magnetizing things to yourself, constantly manifesting. When you become aware of how that is happening, when you fully understand the process to which this is happening for you, it will change your life. Okay. And I fully 100% believe how much it will change your life. So for me, it is about the language in which you speak to the mind. And that's what neuro-linguistic programming is. Neuro is the visual, the auditory, the kinesthetic, the olfactory, and the gustatory. So basically, your sight, your smell, your touch, your taste, your hearing. All of that is considered neuro. Okay, because it is coming about and interacting with your neurological system, right? So whatever you are seeing, whatever you are hearing, whatever you are tasting, whatever you are touching, right, is a part of the information that is coming into your nervous system, right? And this is how you are experiencing the world. This is how you are out there going about in the world, is through these senses, right? Then there's the linguistic. This is the pictures, the sounds, the feelings, the smells, the tastes, your internal dialogue, the conversation going on in your mind. Linguistic, when you really, really think about it, your mind thinks in pictures. So as you're getting information in, these are the conversations you're having in your mind, right? In pictures, right? The sounds in which you hear, conversations in which you're engaging in. These are all the linguistic parts of NLP. So as you're getting information in, we are able to talk the information through. We are able to change the information if it's not good, or we are keeping it as it is, even if it's not serving us, right? This is how this conversation is going on in our mind. It's coming in through the five senses, and then it's linguistically hanging out there, right? Going through the motions there with you. So there is a way to shift and change and like experience life in a different way when it comes to NLP, right? There's reprogramming. You can reprogram the way that you're thinking, because a lot of us are looking at the situation based upon all the things we've been through, rather than looking at it from with a new eye, from a new lens, right? So with NLP, this is what I love. There's an example of a head, and then the top of the head, the information is coming in from all these senses, right? Your five senses, we said. You're either going to delete, distort, or generalize the information, okay? You're either going to delete, distort, or generalize the information. So as the information is coming in, you are figuring out what to do with it. Okay. Like I said, many of us have been programmed based upon our family, friends, experiences, right? So when someone is saying to you, the sky is purple, and all your life in your experience, through your vision, you have seen a blue sky, you are going to delete that information because it does not align to the information that is already within you, from based upon what you've seen. So a lot of this is happening, right? The way I like to talk about manifestation, sometimes I make people uncomfortable. I'm like, let's look at this differently. They looking at me like, they're struggling with it because it goes against what they have believed all their lives. The self-talk, the conversations that go on in their head. This information did not register, so they deleted it, right? Sometimes we distort it. We make it like what we believe. I could be in a whole conversation with somebody and just be talking about me. And all of a sudden, this whole conversation to turn into a conversation about them. And I don't even know how. And it's not even what I just said. Some people will distort your information so good based upon what they want to hear in the moment and what they're experiencing, right? And then we generalize things. All people are like this, all people are like that, all things are like this, all things are like that. So these are things that are going on in your mind subconsciously. It's not even something that you're consciously doing. These things are just happening. And the reason that this information is doing that is based upon, like I said, where you are, the mood you're in, like your experiences from the past, things that you've heard, like just everything, your beliefs, your values, all this information is being registered in your mind in that way. So if I were to tell you it's easy to make money, and all your life you have been struggling hard to make money, it has been rough for you, you have been just on the struggle bus, you are going to probably have a hard time with that statement, right? But if I keep drilling it into you, it's easy to make money. It's easy to make money. Money is easy. Money comes to you easily and effortlessly. If this is something that I continuously remind you of over and over again, we are now going about a new programming. And the more that you hear it, the more that you're like, oh, well, maybe it is. The more that you hear it, the more that you begin to believe it. Why? Because a belief is nothing but a practice thought. Okay. So understanding how the information comes in is important. Okay. It is important. I heard recently people just have a hard time changing. It's not that people have a hard time changing. People just have to want to do something different. You know, I talked to my auntie the other day. Shout out to you. You know who you are. I talked to my auntie the other day, and that's what she said. She said, well, I've been this way. I mean, why do I need to change? And I said, well, then why are you still here with us? Because there's something more out there meant for you. No matter what your age is, you can always elevate it. You can always elevate it. You can always elevate. You are here listening to this conversation right now for a reason. There is a shift out there for you. I don't know what it is. I don't know what shift is needed for you to get to the level in which you need to get to so you can receive the desires of your heart. But there is a shift out there for you. And this shift has everything to do with the conversations, the things that are going on in your mind. Okay. In NLP, we understand, and this is the basis of which we live by, is the fact that your brain is the computer. Your body is merely the robot. Your brain is the computer. Your body is the robot. What does that mean? That means that your brain is telling your body what to do all the time. By the time you're doing it, your brain has already thought it seconds before. You are literally in a state right now in your life of operating from the subconscious mind. The more that you understand that, the more that you'll understand that you can create the life you want to live. Your body will get into action. Your energy will attract just who you need to attract to receive what you need to receive. You are in control. So, with operating from the subconscious mind, how do we shift the way that we think, our stinky thinking? That's what I like to call it, our stinky thinking. How do we shift our stinky thinking? And that is where NLP comes in. This is what I love about NLP. So, you have to be willing to change. You have to be willing to see something different. You have to be willing to, you know what, this is something I want to do. And that change, that is a conscious decision you make, right? Because subconsciously, the change is going to happen at the subconscious level. So you have to decide, I want to change. A way I like to talk about making decisions is it's so different. When you decide something, can't nobody talk you out of it. Can't nobody stop you. Can't nobody hold you back because you've decided, right? And when you make this decision to do something different, to show up as this person that you are intended to be in order for you to get to the next level of your life, when you make that decision, your body shows up differently for you. Where you may have procrastinated before, when you've decided that I'm going to be successful, your body's like, oh, shoot, girl, what we doing? Okay, tell me what to do next. It wants to be told what to do. Your subconscious mind wants you to tell it what you want next. You have to acknowledge the ideas, the dreams, the things within you, right? We think 6,000 thoughts a day. 95% of them are on repeat. On repeat. What does that mean? Because like I said, your brain is telling your body what to do. Same thought, same behavior. Same behavior, same results, right? How do we shift to get into have the results of success? We have to change the thoughts in our mind. Okay? And it's so funny because in NLP, we are able to help you. It's right here, create achievable outcomes. And it's about how you show up with your thinking. No more stinky thinking, right? Um, okay, so let's talk about reframing. Okay, let's talk about reframing. It has everything to do with the fact that you are changing the way you are viewing this thing, right? Reframing is an NLP technique. And when we are reframing, let's say that it's a thought you've been thinking all your life. And this is something that I love to do. What are some of the dominating thoughts going on for you right now that you know aren't serving you? And how do you know that they're not serving you? They don't feel good. They feel icky. They don't feel fun. They don't light you up inside. You know the thoughts that light you up inside. That's just like when somebody comes and compliments you. You look nice today. Hey, you feel good, especially when you've been working on it, right? You've been working on your hair, or it took you a long time to get them lashes on, or you sat in the nail shop, hello, somebody, for a while. I love a good compliment on my nails, baby. Okay. But when you have done this for a while and you've hung out in this space and you're happy about what you've done, it feels good. So even the compliment feels like, hey, I already know, because you are already in the point of feeling good about it. So what are the thoughts that don't feel good that are dominating your life right now? Think about them. Think about them, right? And I want you to understand that this very thought has an opposite. There is a law of duality that goes on with all of us. And so this very negative thought has an opposite. It has an opposite emotion. It has an opposite thought. It has an opposite. So what is something new and better you can think? I just did this with my auntie yesterday. She was telling me, oh man, we're going to get our floor redone. And, our landlord, they're not going to want to pay. And she's just giving me this whole sad. I mean, the story was sad. It was a sad story. And I was like, well, auntie, can you give me a better story? Like, tell me something different. Give me something else that you could say about this. How would it make you feel good? Right? So then she was like, well, the floor is nice. We love it. It's a good price. We tell our landlord, he's like, oh yeah, good. I've been wanting to replace the floor for a while. I said, ooh, she said, well, are you happy with that? I said, honey, I don't know about you, but that show didn't make me feel good. It made me feel good. There is an opposite story to your negative story. You've just been so predispositioned to think the negative thought that we have to now program ourselves to come anew with the positive. Okay. So you are beautifully made. You, my love, have these wonderful ideas that are the opposite of the negative feelings that you have about the situation. Why? Because we are programmed to think the negative. We're programmed to think the glass is half empty, or the other shoe. When is the other shoe gonna drop? Oh Lord, it's gonna drop. This is how we've been programmed. Now is your time, your day, your experience that you get to create to come anew with a new thought, a new way of thinking that is 100% going to attract more beautiful, wonderful things right to you. You're deserving. You are worthy. Right? So let's change the way we're thinking. That's the beautiful part of NLP. You can do that. So it's just about talking to so funny. So right here it even says, right? Because I'm not even reading out the book. I'm just kind of looking like, okay, what can I talk about? But the primitive directive of the unconscious mind, right? It preserves your body. This is what your subconscious mind is doing. It runs the body, right? It tells the body what to do. It stores your memories. It is the domain of emotions. And here we go. We attract at the point in which we feel, right? We attract at the point in which we feel. So it stores your memory and it's the domain of all your emotions. Your subconscious mind is where you are attracting your manifestations. So what kind of conversations are going on in there? It organizes all memories. It represses memories with unresolved negative emotions. That's why when some people have a hard time getting up and talking on stage, right? Because they had something that went on in their past. Now they get up on stage and they're like, and they freeze. There are some unrepressed emotions deep underneath the surface that they are now coming to the surface at the most inopportune time because they were unresolved, right? But that is hanging out in your subconscious mind. And it presents repressed memories for resolution. So when it's time to release the emotion, it's going to say, here goes that memory. Remember that time you got on stage in the second grade and everybody laughed? Here it go right here. So you can release the emotion. You know, those unresolved emotions that are holding on, you think you're just holding on to them in your mind. No, you're actually holding on to them in your body as well, right? There is an emotion attached with every single one of your body parts. You are holding on to these repressed emotions in your body as well. So be very, very open to understanding that. Your subconscious mind is symbolic. Your subconscious mind takes everything personally. You know, every time somebody say anything about anything, you think they talking about you. We all do it. It's something natural. I think a lot of us just don't realize we're doing it, but we all do it. Okay. It's something natural that we're all doing. It's just not good. It's not that it's not good because we're taking everything personal, but everyone's taking everything personal. So when you understand that, it helps you to understand other people too. Like what I just said wasn't personal to them, but I know that their subconscious mind took it personal. You see how this helps you to understand not just yourself, but others? Right? NLP helps you understand other people too. So you don't take it personal when you see them taking it personal because you're like, oh, they're just taking that personal, right? It helps you be understanding. Um Works on the principle of least effort. You have to remember everything that we're doing, it likes to operate on the path of least resistance. It likes to operate on the path of least resistance. There's so many of us that are in resistant states and we're not allowing ourselves to operate on the path of least resistance. You're going to be able to attract anything and everything that you desire, but you have to attract it on the path of least resistance. So if it feels resistant, let's address it. Why do I feel resistant to this? Why is this holding me back? Why, kind of take a look at it. And again, it is about programming your subconscious mind. What's going on in there, guys? Right? You ask yourself, right? It's like the movie Inside Out. What a beautiful movie. And my children so excited about it. I mean, so excited about it. And I even saw a friend of mine, their child got up and did a whole skit, their kids, on the different emotions from that movie to really understand. I mean, pretend like there's people there. You got people in there talking, and all these emotions have all of these feelings and things going on, right? So, when doing so, what is the path of least resistance? If I'm resisting this, ask yourself, why am I resisting this so hard? What is telling me that I can't have it? What is telling me that it doesn't belong to me? Whatever it is that you may desire, right? This is the learning of vibrational elevation. We're taking our vibrations, we're vibrational beings. We're taking it to the next level, right? Let's turn up. Well, how do we turn up? Understanding is how we turn up, right? And so the moment that you understand, okay, this is why I'm having this emotion, you're able to address it. You're able to reframe it, right? With our NLP activities. Our subconscious mind do not process negatives. Even when you say, I cannot do this, let me tell y'all right now, I said this over and over and over again. I'm never going to be a baby mama, right? Subconscious mind doesn't process negatives. So all my subconscious mind heard was baby mama, baby mama, baby mama, baby mama. And I became somebody's baby mama, right? So we have to remember our subconscious mind does not process negatives. Even when you say not, I don't, I won't, all of those things, it don't hear none of them. So take out the not and just hear the do and hear what you just manifested for real, right? This is what's going on. May keep your repressed emotions repressed for protection. You may be protecting yourself. But I do always recommend healing. So there's so many parts to the subconscious mind. I can keep going over this over and over and over again, but there's so many things that you have to remember that are happening on the subconscious level. Okay. Subconsciously, you're running your life. So if I want to change the life around me, what do? I change the way I'm thinking. I change the subconscious thoughts. We can do that with reframing. You can do that with auto suggestion. You can do that with so many different things. NLP, this is, like I said, this is just a quick introduction, but there's so many ways to change the way that you're thinking, right? There's hypnosis, there's EFT, there's so many ways to change it. And we're going to be talking about all these things in the next couple of days. But today is just about NLP, Neuro-Linguistic Programming. Program the way that you think by choosing the thoughts in which you want to think. Choose them wisely, be intentional about them. I just shared this yesterday in my self-care for business room with my, my girl Z's room. It's her room. And I was in there talking, but I just shared this yesterday in the self-care for women in business room. And that's what I said. Be intentional about the way you think. Thank you, Suli. I see you, Queen. Hey, boo. Be intentional about the way you think. Okay. Be very intentional, because these thoughts are running your body. Your subconscious mind is the one in control. Your body is just the robot. If you want to see something different happen in your life, it is time for you to show up differently in your mind. If you want to have different behavior, different results, it's time to show up differently in your mind, right? You want more money in your life. How are you talking to yourself? What are the thoughts that you are allowing to circulate over and over in your mind? And how do we shift them so you can attract what you deserve? You deserve prosperity. You deserve abundance. All of these things are your birthright. So how do we show up differently to receive? Okay. I'm going to tell you this right now. Inside my Facebook group, the service-based CEOs, we've been meditating every morning at 6 a.m. in the morning, and it has been super powerful. And so I would like to encourage you, if you would like to get into the group, let me know, reach out to me. I am here for it. This group has been phenomenal, even for me. We even get on Zoom, and it's really, really powerful. And we just talk it out. We be on the Zoom for like an hour and a half, just chopping it up, but just meditating, talking about thoughts, talking about things, and it leaves us high vibe. Because the truth of the matter is, sometimes you need that community. Because if everybody around you stinky thinks like you, then you're just continuing to stinky think together. But when you start to surround yourself with people who will say, no, girl, try this. No, girl, let's think about it like this. And they switch you. They help you reframe your thoughts. They help you with this NLP, transition of thoughts, right? Then right there, you are able to attract all that you truly desire. My girl Jay in there, she has literally, you guys, manifested. She wasn't sure how she was going to pay her rent. Money came for the rent. She ended up getting a scholarship, through her program, right? So it is about how you show up for you. Here, it starts in the mind first. You are operating from the subconscious mind. It's not the other way around. Your conscious mind ain't telling your subconscious mind what to do. By the time the thought makes it to your subconscious mind, your conscious mind, your subconscious mind thought it a while ago. Like, oh, girl, old news. Okay. So I want you to remember, we operate on the basis of our subconscious mind. Our subconscious mind, that's where all change happens. That's where everything happens. You want to see something different in your life? Start here first. Okay. So this was another episode of Learning of Vibrational Elevation. We are leveling up in here. It is time for you to take your vibration to the next level so you can attract what you desire. You can't attract it down here. If you are sloppily thinking and your energy is low, you are going to have a very hard time attracting, not even a hard time. You just won't. You ain't going to attract what you want until you get to this vibrational level. Anytime you've ever attracted anything that you've ever asked for, you vibrationally matched up with it. So continue to think in a way that is attracting the abundance that you deserve. Remember that you're operating from the subconscious mind. She's the one in control, not you. You want to change something? Go on and change it here first, and everything else will show up for you. All right. Join me again tomorrow for another love turn up. Tomorrow we will be talking about, you guys know I like to keep you abreast so you know what the haps are. We will be talking about tomorrow. Let's see what's on the agenda. EFT. Ooh, EFT is tomorrow. Not only are we going to be doing EFT tomorrow, we will actually EFT tap live. We will tap here live tomorrow. I got you. I love to EFT tap. If there's anything that you want to feel or anything that right now you're like, Jackie, please, can we tap around this? Shoot me a DM me. I will make sure we tap around it tomorrow live. EFT is the emotional freedom technique. But join me here live tomorrow, 8:05 Pacific Standard Time. The reason not right at 8 is because sometimes I'd be a little tardy. So let's just say 8:05. Okay. 8:05 Pacific Standard Time. We will be here live and we will tap. We will tap around abundance. If there's nothing else you guys want to tap around. If so, send me a message, DM me, let me know. I will make sure that I put it in the tapping. If there's anything you're struggling with, let me know. We'll put that in the tapping. But tomorrow, I just want all of y'all to get to the shmoney. Okay. I love y'all for real. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of the day. See you tomorrow. Bye. And thank you, Sue Lee. I love you, girl.